Good morning. Barry Bryson again, thanking you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. We are in Psalm 119. We're up to the letter Ayin in the Hebrew alphabet, verses 121 through 128. I hope that day by day we're feeling closer to this young man and being fed by him as he, I think, in a very real way, journals through his difficulties by talking to God about them, singing to God about them. Because let's not forget, this was set to music, and I wish I knew what that music sounded like. I hope, as Paul has promised, that when we know all things, know even as we are known, that I will have some knowledge of what that music sounded like. This section is so important. It connects with so many things he's already said. And this is one of the reasons in verse 121 why I think that he is, in a way, journaling day by day, writing another 8-verse set of couplets, all beginning with the same letter, the next letter in the Hebrew alphabet, as a way of working through these things. And I appreciate this young man because he has imposed on himself, if he's done this, I don't know that he has, he certainly imposed upon himself the order of the acrostic poem. He's imposed upon himself an order and a structure as a way of giving himself grounding in his relationship with God, which is something I have to do all the time. I have to find ways to say to myself, we will do X every day, or we will not do this for another, month, or I have to find ways to keep myself on the straight and narrow, as best I can, by imposing order, by giving myself order externally. And he's doing this. It's one of the reasons I like him so much, that I associate with him. And one of the reasons I think he's doing this every day is because of verse 1, because yesterday, when we were talking about verses 113 to 120, we said that he's come to a place where he thinks he's not going to be able to survive another day. He doesn't trust himself to face the next temptation to do wrong. And if that's the way we see things, and he's writing this, then 121 comes after he has passed the test. Let's read the verses. I have done justice and righteousness. Do not leave me to my oppressors. Be surety for your servant, for good. Do not let the arrogant oppress thee. My eyes fail with longing for your salvation and for your righteous word. Deal with your servant according to your loving kindness, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, that I may know your testimonies. It is time for Yahweh to act, for they have broken your law. Therefore, I love your commands, above gold, just fine gold. Therefore, I esteem right all your precepts concerning everything. I hate every false way. Okay, we begin in righteousness, we end in falsity. Again, we end in hate. The last section we ended with love and fear. This time, we end with esteem or respect and with hate. He's passed the test. The thing he was worried about in the verses before, he has withstood that temptation, and so he's asked God, now do something about this, because what has not passed, he's passed the test, but the persecution is still there, and he's fed up with this. So he's strongly urging God, do something about this now. And he's saying to God, I continue to be at risk. Earlier in verse 105, just a few verses up, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You've given me plenty of light, okay? I have light, but my own eyes are failing. If you have plenty of light but your eyes don't work, the light doesn't help. And the wickedness around me is so bad that my eyes are failing. I need you to give me greater understanding, to teach me more, and to do something about this. It is time for you to act. It's a little cheeky, don't you think? I mean, but then again, it reminds you of Martha in the New Testament, and I know you get sick of me comparing everything to Mary and Martha Bethany, but I'm sorry, they're heroes of the faith. And two of my dear sisters, and yours too. because she said to Jesus, why are you letting my sister sit there and not doing anything about this? Or, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Why haven't you done the thing that it seems to me like you ought to be doing? Is that disrespectful, or is it just honest? Is he sharing his honest feelings with God and leaving it there with the Lord? Time for Yahweh to act. This is we've talked about his New Testament sensibility, and yet he's an Old Testament man. You know, he's living in a world where it's important for him to see on this side of the eternal Jordan River the righteous vindicated and the evil punished. And that's what he's asking for. And because he's not seeing it, his eyes are starting to fail, losing their ability to see the light. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. I haven't been pointing this out every day, but we have been seeing 6 and 7 words for word. You can count them yourself in every one of these sections. Tomorrow, we're up to the letter P. Pay. And we'll pick up with verse 129. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes.